Hello, DIY and budget friends. Today we are going to see how we can refresh our floor grout lines using a product called Mapei Ultra Clear Grout Refresh, which I have bought from Lowe's for I think $10 or $12. I don't remember exactly, but it's pretty cheap. I have used this white color, and I'm going to refresh the tiles that currently look like this. They're pretty dirty. Probably the grout line color was like this, and the house is pretty old. Maybe it has become dirty and has also sunken in a little bit. So I'm not going to fill those gaps with actual grout today, but we are going to see if we can make a change and make it look more fresh, so that these tile lines are not visible as much. So let's give it a try. For this purpose, you only need like two products and maybe hand gloves, and of course like a rag and some sponges, but for now I'm going to show you using this hair brush. This is a hair color brush that I saved from an old box, and Grout Refresh Ultra Care. I have already opened the box, and I have also shaken it well so that it's mixed well. Now we'll start pouring the liquid using the spout on the grout lines horizontally and vertically, and then spread it evenly using the brush. That's how they have recommended. So let me give it a try. So turns out this is very easy to pour. Just press the bottle lightly, and you don't have to press too much liquid into the lines. You just keep going in a smooth line like this, and then once you're done, what you need to do is use this brush to even out so that it gets into the grout line like this. To be honest, I think I've poured a little too much. We don't need to pour that much on the grouts. I'll try to pour a little less next time. So probably this is a good amount, so it's a good attempt like this, and then just evenly spread it out like this. That's it. It's pretty simple. So let me finish a big area, and then I'll show you how it is looking. And of course we'll have to do some cleanup after that. I'll talk to you about this later. So turns out this is actually pretty simple to apply. One thing I just noticed is don't press too hard with the brush, otherwise the paints spread out, and you won't get an even texture. So with a very little pressure of hand, almost like as if you are drawing with watercolor, just slightly, like with a very light sleight of hand, just pass on all the color on all the lines. This is how much I could do in, like, say 3 minutes, to be really honest, and I feel I will be done in the next 25 or 30 minutes on my kitchen, which probably is I would think like 100 square feet, or maybe less, like 80 to 90 square feet, to be precise. Let's finish it, and then I'll talk to you after that. And yes, one more thing is there were some spillovers here and there. I was not very careful. I have used a old piece of sheet where I'm keeping the brush. I kept it on the floor, and there was one, not this one, but it could I could easily wipe it off with a paper towel, so that's not a big problem at all. Just be careful. I mean, you don't want to do extra work. So let's finish this work, and we'll talk after that. All right, friends, so we are about 50 to 60% done, and you can already see the difference. I mean, I have to prepare the floor for cleaning up, as they have recommended. Right now it's just broad lines. You see, that won't be the case once I'm done finishing up and cleaning the entire floor as they have recommended. But it already looks so much better than this, like these dark lines versus those white. Much cleaner, fresher, newer look. I'm going to continue. This is almost 20 minutes into the project. and I'm 60% done, so hopefully in the next 10 or 15 minutes I'll be done. Let's get back to work. So before we finish this project, let me show you how I'm actually pouring and painting. So it's a very simple pour and paint technique. Hold the bottle in your hand. This is the spot. It's a little dirty. You can see I've already used it a lot. With a gentle pressure and not too much dripping out of the thing, to just pour like a little thin even line onto the grout line. Pardon my shaky camera, I'm trying to see through the camera while I'm pouring. You don't have to be like, aligned or anything. Just pick the colors and just, gently wipe the color. You'll see how it's easy, and it's thick. It's pretty like thick cream. It's not liquidy too much, so you can easily cover this. So all you have to do is with a slight pressure of hand, just do this. So friends, I'm finally done. I think it took me about an hour from start to finish. Yes, there is some more work. We need to wait for 30 minutes as per the instructions on the bottle label. It's on the back of the bottle label, a lot of description. There's some other videos from the manufacturer too on YouTube. I will wait for 30 minutes before spraying this with water and then cleaning it with a rag. So all the spillovers and all the those things that you see will move out. One thing I noticed while washing my hands, because didn't have any protective gloves or anything, I did get a lot of paint on my hand, but it just came off, like it peeled off when I applied water, not soap, just with water. So it looks like it is a very simple water-based paint, and it's very easy to wash. I don't even have anything on my hand at this moment, so it's pretty clean. So let's wait for 30 minutes as instructed. Maybe before that, I'll just give you a few quick tips to do it perfectly. Number one, clean your floor beforehand. No debris, nothing on the floor. Second, have a brush ready. Shake the bottle well before pouring. Next, pour in thin lines, and yes, obviously you must start from the far end from where you can exit out. I have two exits here and there, so I could have chosen either, but you start from the end where you don't want to go back again before cleaning up, and then just keep going from inside to out, and in like small sections pour a thin line across all the lines. So say choose those 4 blocks. I chose those 4 blocks. Pour the lines, pour the stain or whatever you call it on the lines, and then apply the brushes. So it's much easier. So if you apply on like 4 or 8 or 10 9 blocks together and then do the brush, it's easy as far as you can reach. Obviously you don't want to step over those, but that's the easiest and the fastest. So it's already looking awesome in my opinion. Looks much fresher than those dirty black ugly looking grout line. So let's wait, and we'll see how it turns out. Thanks. All right, my friends, it's almost 50 minutes after I applied the final section of the paint. It said 30 to 60 minutes, so I wanted to be on the safer side before spraying the water. I'm going to spray water with a regular water spray bottle, and they said just soak all the sections with water. So I'm going to apply water all over the floor, nicely, trying not to step over the sections, and then let's do it. Once you have sprayed the water, they want you to wait for at least 5 minutes before starting to scrub. So we'll come back. Friends, it has been more than 5 minutes since I soaked with water. Just sprayed a light amount of water from a bottle, and now I'm going to scrub it using this scrub pad. It's a Scotch-Brite 3M product. It's pretty simple. I see that it's very simple. I have already tried a section before filming this. So all you have to do is just scrub it away, the extra one on the thing. Very beautiful. Just carefully so that you don't split, remove the ones from the grout line. If I end up removing too much from the grout line also, I will probably go ahead and paint it again, just cover it again. So let me do it and I will show you what's the end product like. Right, friends, so I'm done cleaning up. I have to do one round of mop again, but overall it's looking pretty good. One thing I noticed, and that's kind of like a warning to you guys, is don't scrub too hard. So if you see there are some areas where we still have some, the grout still appears. So what I will highly recommend is use like a paintbrush, a thin paintbrush, and apply thinly, so you don't even have to do a lot of cleanup, honestly. Just a little bit of mopping with wet cloth, wet rag. So I feel this is still very good. It's so clean, and if I give you a comparison picture in the thumbnail, you will see how much of a difference has it actually made to the floor. Looks so nice, fresh. Almost it actually gives a bigger feel, like I cannot, you may not be able to see it on the video, but I feel somehow that the floor is more unified and it's giving a more brighter, bigger look to the floor. So that's a really good product on people who are looking for DIYs on a budget. Thank you, and I will get back with something else next time.